Welcome back, everyone, to the teacher sessions for the preparation for the during the teacher workshop during the camp. We will have two workshops for you, which Dr. Hanisa will address that issue and then saying what kind of preparations that you need to do before coming to Thailand and joining the workshop. But what I want to do in the sessions, I want to introduce you to our organization with Simeo STEM Ed. You might wondering why Simeo STEM Ed coming in to co-host this ASEAN Youth Camp. That the Ministry of Education pick us up that we supposed to be the main co-host for these sessions, and there's a lot of issue that I would like to discuss with you together, so to ensure that you understand the purpose of our camp, and we would like to ensure that we have a continuing relationship to help you to work together to strengthen STEM education in the region, because I believe that all of you are STEM educator, and this is the part that Simeo STEM Ed coming in. So let me briefly introduce you about Simeo STEM Ed. Let me share my presentations. Couldn't best. Okay, so that's good. If you can turn on your camera, I can see your face. So when I see you're there in the actual meeting, that should be a great opportunity. So, well, first of all, let me pull you through who are Simeo STEM Ed. Simeo STEM Ed, it's actually our intergovernmental organization, or you can call international organizations, but because we are set up by 11 Ministry of Education, exactly, 10 of the ASEAN, and also plus Timor-Leste. We have been with Timor-Leste for quite a long time before the ASEAN it has been established. So, you are part of us from the very beginning. So, the CMO, it's like I say, we are trying to promote regional collaborations in the region for 11 countries, and we connect 11 countries to the outside world as well. To be working with several countries around the world to ensure that we could help strengthen STEM education. But CMO as a big umbrella, we are in the international organization that promote collaboration on education, science, and culture. So if you see these three areas, you might think about UNESCO. So UNESCO has the same mission in terms of collaboration, promote cooperation in education, science, and culture. But UNESCO is the global organization. We are not part of the UN, but we have been established by the government of 11 countries in Southeast Asia. So that's why we are some kind of like a regional organizations that have the similar mission with UNESCO. But we are independent organization, not related with the UN. So the way that CMO work, we cover education, science, and culture, but the way we actually work, we establish regional centers, excellent centers, spreading across 10 countries. We haven't got center in Timor-Leste yet, so we are try to establish a specific center in Timor-Leste, and I think that should be soon become the center in Timor-Leste. But don't worry, each center that you see on the map, it's working not only in that particular country, but we are working to cover all the 11 countries. So CMO has a specific center for certain issue of science, education, and culture. For example, CMO STEM Ed, we are one of the 26 center, but our missions is to strengthen STEM education in the region. So we work specifically on the issue of STEM education. But we are based in Bangkok, Thailand, but we work to our coverage, it's all the 11 countries. We have other centers, for example, Simosen for a special education need. Simosen is located in Malaysia. They have the specific issue that they take care of on the special education need. So when you want to, if you have you need to collaborate with our Simeo Center to strengthen the issue of the special education need, you can go to Simeo Sen. If you want to on the STEM education, you can come to us. If you want the other issue like lifelong learning, that's one. We have one in Vietnam. Do you want the on the biotechnology? We have one in Indonesia and one in Philippines as well. So each of the 26 center will cover a certain aspect of education, science, or culture. And since we are STEM education, which the name of our STEM Ed, that means we are specialization. Our specialization is in STEM education. And for us, we are trying because most of the countries in Southeast Asia also have your national STEM agency. So we are not trying to do some overlap work with the national STEM agency, but since we are the regional organizations, we try to link all the STEM agency in the regions together and to be able to cover the bigger issue, such as we develop policy recommendations, we do policy advocacies, we study, we do conduct research. So we utilize the result of the research as the evidence-based to come up with policy recommendation and help the Ministry of Education of all the countries to develop suitable policy to strengthen STEM education. We conduct research. We look at different approach and teaching STEM educations. We also looking at the new technology that come up to help with learning. We are specialized in artificial intelligence for project-based learning for education as well. And we also conduct capacity building. We have the program to help educate teacher on certain issue, certain subject of STEM education. We also have our knowledge management, which we developed some kind of knowledge. We collaborate with other centers around the world to develop knowledge for STEM education. Recently, we just published a book for unplugged computational thinking, which utilizing the methodology of teaching, building computational thinking in the student without teaching programming directly. We are utilizing the approach of let the student do the painting, and we built the ability to develop capacity computational thinking, algorithmic thinking by using the painting method. And also we have other methods that would help. So because we found that some students, when they are learning programming language directly, they're kind of confused. So the way that to link their daily activities with computational thinking, it's quite useful in terms of helping them to develop that computational thinking or algorithmic thinking using the daily life, that's daily activities that they have. And the other thing that we do are the partnerships. So we are building relationship with all out of the world, all the STEM agency in the world to learn from them and to share our expertise, our knowledge with them as well. So those are key priority area, key pillars that we are working on. So let me go next on my last slide. And from that 5 aspect, you can see that that's the mandate of the 5 mandates on this table. And the strategic goal, we try to strengthen collaborations. That's why we establish different activities, connecting students together, connecting teachers together, connecting policymakers together, and also try to link education with the private organization, with the industry to ensure that we have the knowledge, we know the demand of the industry, and we also study all the STEM education in the different countries in the regions. So we have the informations to come up to develop policy recommendation or to see how we can bring in some methodology to ensure that to respond to the need in each particular countries or in the region in total. So we are trying to ally ourselves with the global development of STEM education. We utilize different technology to ensure that we can help with the education. We also working with industry to see what kind of skill the student need and to provide some of the course, some of the methodology or material for skill development. And we also keep continuously monitoring the status of STEM education within the region. And the continuous monitoring is one important that we come to talk to you today because we like to learn the approaches we already learned from the government of each country of how it's the status of STEM education in each country. But we also like to learn from the field as well, since you are the teacher who teach STEM education, to teach STEM subjects. So we want to learn from you what's your perceptions, what your opinion about STEM education, what kind of need, what kind of assistance that you might want us to provide, might want us to help, want us to discuss with your government in terms of to help to support the learning, the teaching better. So those are the key aspects that we are doing, and we are focusing on the AI educations since we think that AI is have a transformative power. So that's why we are hosting this camp on the AI for green sustainability to ensure that students learn about the transformative power of AI as well in combining with the STEM education. And when we are for innovation ecosystem, we learn that it's not only school that would help the student grow, but the whole ecosystem that need to be in place. And we try to build those ecosystem to ensure that each country's its environment, its culture has supportive ecosystem for innovations to help the student, to help the people to make innovation. And also we work on the future skill because we are looking at the future and seeing that the capability of the people at this moment might not be fit for the future. So what kind of skill that would need for the future? That's those are issues that we are studying. We conduct research, and we also are working with our partner around the world to come up with the idea, the information, the knowledge to help us in terms of develop, provide the strength, provide the proper skill for our student. So those are the key issues that I would like you to know about who we are and the purpose of what we are doing with the teacher workshop that we'll work together in the next few days that you will be here in Thailand. Okay, so well, at this moment, I think I'll turn the floor to our beloved Dr. Hanisa, who will help you facilitate all the workshops in the youth camp. Dr. Hanisa, please.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Chris Satai, for the introduction about the Simeo Santes, our center, Simeo STEMAT, and also our work, which is focusing on enhancing STEM education in Southeast Asia. So, Assalamualaikum, a very good afternoon and also good evening to everyone from all over the places in Asia. And welcome to the next online session for the preparation of our teachers workshop, aligning with the ASEAN Youth Camp, which is the Global Citizenship Awareness Workshop and also the regional workshop for educators on STEM education under this camp. So I think I have informally introduced myself during the ice-breaking session for the past 2 days with all of you, but I think I will introduce again just in case not everyone was here during the session. So my name is Dr. Norhaniza Abdul Hamid, the Research and Evaluation Manager at Simeo STEMAT, located here in Bangkok, Thailand. And I'll be guiding you with today's session. So together with us today is Ms. Viraya, or we call her Ms. Baz, yeah, the Research Assistant of Simeo STEMAT. And Baz, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself with all the other teachers here.
Hi everyone, lovely to see you again. My name is Viraya Shawapat, but please feel free to call me Beth. I'm research assistant at Samuel STEM 8. It's a pleasure to meet you all, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person at the camp. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Bas. So Bas will be helping me to share the main slide and also the presentation later on. Again, we are very thrilled to have all of you here who are very passionate about advancing STEM education in our region. Just for everyone's information, like Dr. Kurisata just mentioned just now, this session will be recorded for documentation and also reporting purposes for future reference. So today's session is all about getting ready with the workshop scheduled on the 17th until the 18th of May 2025. So we will walk you through the concept note, the tentative program of the upcoming 2 days workshop, and we will also share with you the speaker guidelines, the presentation template for the sharing session that will be held on the 18th of June 2025. And we will also have another important survey that all the teachers need to fill in. The first one is the STEM education practices and also the gender inclusive awareness. And most importantly, we will give you some time to work on the surveys before the workshop starts. It's like 1 week gap there before the event starts. Because while the students are engaged in their workshop session on the 17th afternoon, and also on the 18th, the whole day, the teachers are also doing and participating in this teachers workshop to ensure that the time will be utilized productively. If you're interested in the session with the students later on, which is like parallel to ours, we also recorded this version and it will be available for you guys on the official AYC website. Okay, we also have included on this slide here the QR code for the workshop registration. So we will open this link until the registration on the 18th, along with all the other related documents that you may need for this teacher's workshop. Okay, maybe we move on to the first agenda, which is the concept note. So Ms. Bass will share you the first file number 1, if you just scan the QR code just now. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, so this AYC is actually a collaboration between the Ministry of Thailand and Ministry of Education of Thailand in collaboration with our center, Simeo Stamat, the ASEAN Secretariat, and also other partners. And the theme is AI Hackathon for Green Sustainability. So activities will include a knowledge sharing session, a study visit, AI hackathon, and also a competition where national students team will present their projects, right? So in parallel with these students' activities, teachers will also participate in the regional workshop for educators on STEM education, which is a team empowering educators for future-ready STEM education, and also another dedicated session on global citizenship awareness workshop. So these 2 teachers workshop will aim to enhance the regional impact of STEM education in the countries and also enhance the global citizenship awareness, but providing a platform for all the educators to share their experiences and also current practices that they have in the classroom and develop actionable strategies. So through guided discussion, we also have the country presentation, collaborative planning and discussion. The session will contribute to like a future educational policies, capacity building initiative, and a more inclusive and sustainable education framework across the region. So again, I'll just remind everyone that there will be 2 sessions on the first day, on the 17th of June, after lunch hour, and we'll also have another one the whole day on the 18th of June for the regional workshop for STEM educators. So the objective, like I've shown on the slide here, is to exchange effective STEM education practices from participating countries. We will also like to explore any kind of dynamic strategies that might be different or any kind of methodologies among the teachers to improve STEM learning outcomes. And then it's also to know like key challenges that these teachers might face and emerging opportunities in terms of improving the STEM education in the countries. And last but not least is also to improve the awareness of the global citizenship and provide the educators with any kind of strategies to integrate it into their teachings. Okay, for the participants, we have 11 Southeast Asian countries teachers, and we also include China, Japan, and South Korea. Yeah, and we have STEM specialists, researchers, curriculum developers, and also other senior STEM representatives during this teacher workshop. And I think the venue is stated there, the National Science Museum, Thailand. Yeah. Okay, now can we straight move on to the tentative workshop program? Okay, so the next one is actually the tentative program on the 17th of June, which is on Tuesday. So during the morning session, we will have the opening ceremony and also other kind of workshop. But then after lunch hour, we will straight with the Global Citizenship Awareness Workshop. We will start with the registration before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is Bangkok time. 1 until 1:30, 1:10 will be the opening ceremony and the welcoming remark. And then we will have another session here, like I mentioned earlier, Global Citizenship Awareness Workshop that will be held by Professor Dr. Jun Peng, the Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Education from Beijing Normal University. Okay, next one. We will actually finish out the first day of the teachers workshop. On the second day, which is on Wednesday, 18th of June, we will start our workshop at 8:30. Yeah, so hopefully everyone can make it on time at 8:30 with the induction site activities. And then I will explain a little bit about the summary of the Southeast Asia STEM Education Landscape Study. This is actually a research study that been conducted to collect all the STEM education initiatives that been held in Southeast Asia's countries. And then we'll move on with the country sharing. So as you can see here, these are the what we call it, the countries that will be involved in terms of the presentation. We will start with Thailand first. So just for everyone's information, there will be 5 different teachers from Thailand. So we will have a separate individual presenters there for Thailand team. And then China, Singapore, Vietnam, Philippines for the first session. So hopefully everyone will get ready. We will also share the template of the PowerPoint slide and also the guidelines for future reference. Okay, at 10 o'clock, we proceed with a different set of countries. We will start with Japan, the second team of Thailand, Laos PDR, Malaysia, and also Cambodia. Yeah. You can also, what we call it, view this concept note and tentative program based on the QR code just now. And then we will go for the lunch break. And we will start back at 1 o'clock. So it's going to be a 1 hour session after this. The country sharing again from South Korea, Indonesia, Thailand, Timor-Leste. And then because it's actually full with what we call it presentation by the speakers, we also have like an interactive and also hands-on activity with all the educators today. We will have these sessions called Innovative Pedagogies in STEM Education, Global Perspective and Classroom Practices. So during this session, we will divide all the groups into 5, and every group will present kind of the best strategies and also creative pedagogy that they have in the countries. Yeah, so we will have Q&A session and sharing of inputs after that at 2:30. Okay, next one is the coffee break. We also have coffee break for all of you. And we proceed with the next countries, which are Brunei Darussalam, Thailand, Myanmar, and also Thailand. So like I said, we have 5 different teams from Thailand. So we really hope to have a different and also diverse kind of insight from each team that we're presenting on the event itself. And then what we call it, the workshop will be concluded with the summary and also the evaluation session. And finally, we will have a group photo and also networking session with all of us. So I believe that this regional workshop will also important in terms of advancing STEM education across the countries and also improve the awareness of the global citizenship awareness among participants. Yeah, So I guess through collaboration among educators, it also helped to enhance your professional networks and also fostering growth and also improvement in terms of STEM education practices within your respective national context. So next, we will go back to the what we call the details of every workshop that we have for the 2 days event. So we will start with the Global Citizenship Awareness Workshop. You might want to know what it's actually all about.
Dr. Hanisa, I think we have a questions from Kamal, Singapore.
Okay.
Yes, he raised his hand. So maybe
Okay, Mr. Kamal, you can.
I'm sorry, I
Okay,
didn't
sure,
mean to
Mr.
interrupt you, Dr. Hanisa.
No worries, no worries.
I just wanted to find out a bit more about the scope of our presentation, because like for me and my colleague, Mr. Saravanan, I think we wanted to clarify a little bit, because we can present our STEM program in our school, but if you are looking for a broad presentation for the whole of Singapore, I mean, it is very varied and diverse. So I'm not sure if if you're expecting a presentation about the entire landscape of STEM education in Singapore, or maybe a bit more scope just for our school, what we're doing in our school.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Kamal, for the question just now. So basically, this sharing session and also the presentation that I mentioned earlier is part of our follow-up data collection that we have during the first one with the policymakers. So we have collected some of the information and insight based on the STEM education policies, initiative that done by the countries. So for this session, we are actually focusing on the teacher practices, meaning that if let's say Dr. Kamal would like to share some of kind of different teaching practices that you made in your school with us, you can also do that. And you can also include some kind of policy that based on the blueprint that you have in your countries, or maybe include photos or images and also videos that related to what you're going to present on that day. Is that answering your question, Mr. Kamal?
Thank you so much, Dr. Hanisa. So each person is the length of the presentation is about 10 minutes, or
Okay, I will share that one during the speakers guidelines. Yeah, there will
thank
be
you.
one session that will be focusing on that. Can we wait until that one, Mr. Kamal? Is that okay?
Yes,
All right.
thank you very
Okay.
much. Thank
Okay. Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you so much. All right. So now we will go with the first, what we call it, the first one, the first Global Citizenship Awareness Workshop on the 17th of June, 2025. So this workshop on the Global Citizenship Awareness will have 4 sessions, as you can see on the next slide. So Professor Tang Jun from the Institute of the International and Comparative Education, Beijing Normal University, BNU, will give a lecture that includes following parts. The first one is the introduction to global competence and the new model. And then I think this is actually to introduce the historical development and global competence and also critical reflections based on the competence model from the perspective of a new Tanzania system. So I think that is actually a session that will talk about that new model. And then the second one is about the 5 takeaway from the participants. So it's aimed to deepen participant understanding of the global competence and how it cultivated. So Professor Tang will also explore this, what we call it, 5 key aspects together with all the participants. The guidance to curriculum development. So this is actually very important to make sure that it's aligned with the curriculum development in the countries. So Professor Tang will also explain about the specific style on how to develop the global competency curriculum based on the model just now. Okay, session 2 will be Bashu Primary School case sharing. Mr. Zhao from Bashu Primary School will share their global competence curriculum cases. It's developed by the teachers from Bashu Primary School. The third one is a session by Global Competence Curriculum Development Practices. So as you can see here, this is mainly to enhance the global competence curriculum development process where the participant will be divided into several groups or so, and each group will be assigned a theme related to this project and also issue related to ASEAN. So basically, this is going to be a group discussion among all the participants during that session. And last but not least is the reflection and discussion time for session 4. So we were able to continue to polish the lesson design for future implementation during this session. And if you have any comments, feedback, you may direct them to Professor Tang at the end of the session. Okay, I think that is actually the first day on the 17th of June. So the whole afternoon will be focusing on looking at the global competence awareness. Okay, now we will move on to the sharing session. Maybe we have two things here, the presentation template that Mr. Kamal actually asked us on, and also speaker guidelines that might be very useful in terms of developing the slides. Yeah. So I think we can go, if you can scan the QR code that I've given with all of you just now. It's under file number 4, presentation templates. Yeah, file number 4, presentation templates. So this is a template. So you can just download and make a new one. All right. And you will share using the link that we'll provide with you after that. So once you have this, you can include your name, school institution, and also countries. Okay, for the first one. And then second one is about the background context. You might briefly introduce your school and community and explain how STEM education is taught within your national context. So I believe that it's also good to put this in terms of bullet form. So it's easier to and also clear to understand. And you may also include some kind of policy or curriculum related to STEM education in your countries. Next one is the best practices. Highlight any specific strategies, tools, or any kind of approaches that have been improved in terms of the STEM teaching and learning in your countries, or specifically in your schools. Yeah. All right. Next one, impact. So impact. This one include the students' engagement photos and kind of performance and feedback, just to share the evidence of the outcomes. So you can also link any kind of videos from the YouTube that you like to share with us. And the next one is the innovation. You might want to also share any creative or context-specific solutions based on your previous project on STEM education that we like us to know about it. And next one is the challenges and lesson learned. Okay, this is really important because we also like to gather information about issues or challenges that the teachers might have in terms of looking at the teaching practices that they really want to do inside the classroom. So be open about any obstacles in teaching STEM and how you address them. Yeah. And last but not least, any recommendation or suggestion you would like to share with us in terms of adapting your teaching practices under STEM education. So I think that is actually the template that we have prepared for all of you. So you might want to make it like a very short one, a very brief one also, but make sure that it's also comprehensive so that everyone can learn the best practices that you have in your countries. Any questions so far? So we'll also share with you the speaker guidelines. This is under file number 5. Yes, speaker guidelines. So you have the general instruction here. So the time allocation. So you're given 15 minutes for every presentation, followed by 5 minutes for Q&A. So hopefully we will follow this kind of specific time in ensuring that smooth session will help. How many slides this presentation? You can actually follow the template just now, the slide that we shared. Yeah. So if let's say you have more, you can actually share with us, but make sure that it will be presented within that 15 minutes allocation time. All right. Another thing is that the presentation can be developed in terms of the PowerPoint. You can also share it with the PDF or Google Slide format. And like I've mentioned earlier, you can also include images, any charts, examples, and also any relevant videos or demonstrations that we like to share with us. So slide must be submitted by 16th of June 2025 on Monday via this link, the provided Google Drink Live here. Okay, and all presentation and discussion will be conducted in English. Yeah. So I guess to enhance the what we call the interest and also engagement with the other participants, we also encourage you to involve any kind of reflection polls or quizzes that you will love to use in terms of looking at the example and case studies in your countries. I think that is actually all about the, you can also read it here. Make sure all the materials and also tools functions properly. You can test it before sending it to us and maybe inform any kind of questions or issue that you might have in terms of doing the technical requirements there. Okay, the dress code is actually a formal attire, sorry, not formal attire, casual attire during the 18th. Yeah. On
Well,
the 18th.
you can follow the dress code
Yeah.
that the MOE Thailand is sending to you. Some of the dress codes for the overall event.
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday the representative from MOE of Thailand have shared us the dress code for from 17 until the 20th. So you may also use that dress code during the teachers workshop.
Yes, and ensure to prepare your national costumes because we have the cultural performance as well.
Yeah. Okay. All right. For the next one, remember the link that I actually just mentioned in terms of the submission of your presentation. So you can go to file number 6 there. If you don't want to click on the link just now, you can also put it here. And the file number 6, you can share your slide presentation in terms of the PowerPoint format or maybe the PDF if you like, make it like a private for everyone. So I hope I've actually covered everything there in terms of the speaker's guideline and also the presentation slide. Any question before we move on with the survey? Might be surprise for everyone because there is like a additional kind of assignment that need to do before the event. Yeah. So maybe we will go with the next one, the main slide for the survey. Yeah, Bess. Okay. So so there are 2 surveys that we would like the teachers to answer. So like I mentioned earlier, this is actually a follow-up data collection that we would like to have for our center. The first one is actually the research study where the form actually been distributed to all the policymakers under the 11 Southeast Asia countries. So this one is actually focusing on the teaching practices that been held in the country. So we would like to gather all the regional overview of STEM education practices, initiative projects, teaching methods, integration strategies, and also challenges that might be faced by all the educators. So the key section include the curriculum integration and pedagogy that you use inside the classroom, any teaching and development that you have, what we call the joint so far, innovative in terms of the teaching practices and pedagogies, national level initiatives. So you can actually look at all the items here. So it's quite direct where you can just click. There are also items that you need to have more than one option if you have. Yeah. And then the deadline for the completion is also 16th of June 2025, which is on Monday. So, okay, we will move on to the next survey. Okay, Okay, based on what we call the sharing insight from Dr. Tapcha just now during the first session today, he talked about the gender bias and also inclusivity in education. So this gender inclusive awareness survey is aimed to evaluate awareness and also practice related to gender inclusion in facilitating workshops and also meeting. So we are collecting feedback from all the educators of the AYC 2025 in terms of the awareness and practices of the gender lenses, especially in terms of looking at workshop and meeting facilitation. So this is an initiative conducted by the Simeo Gender Working Group, and the findings will be shared with the committee members during Simeo meetings. So the survey teams include the gender bias and stereotypes that you have in your countries, inclusive practices, school and institutional practices in gender sensitivity, and also how confident you are in terms of practicing all of these what we call it practices there. So you can also have the item there. It's also easy. You can just click or any kind of what we call it option that related to the question there. The deadline will be on the 16th of June also 2025. Yeah. So you'll begin 1 week from now before the AYC event to begin and also complete the slide presentation that we share with all of us. So, and also both the STEM education practices survey and the gender inclusive awareness survey. Yeah. So if you have any question or any kind of issues that you are doing this survey, please reach out to us in terms of knowing further clarification. For the first survey, can I confirm it was for us to fill in or to send to? It's actually for the participants because I know it's going to be a very difficult time to have the approval from the MOE side. Yeah. So I think this one is actually the teaching practices. The first survey there is actually to look at the teaching practices that all the educators had in terms of doing it inside the classroom. Yeah, any more questions? So again, you can also look back with all the documents that I shared just now with the two QR codes that I've actually put on every slide just now. Maybe Bess, we can share it again. Yeah, here on the right there. Okay. So any questions before we end this session?
Actually, I have an issue to consult with all of you because on Wednesday, your student, after they finish with the Zero Core platform, the workshop, and they will conduct some kind of showcase of what they have done during the workshop. And it will start at 3 p.m. So I'm wondering whether you guys want to see the outcome of the student workshop at that moment or not. So if that I think as a teacher you might want to see how your student have done and then they will showcase to the others at that moment. So I'm not sure, Dr. Hanisa, whether we can
Yeah,
organize our schedule somehow.
we try to finish out like a bit early, or maybe
Okay.
we take out the discussion at 2 o'clock just now. So in order for all the teachers to join the students during the discussion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Or if we cannot squeeze this in on Wednesday, can we utilize some slot on Tuesday for presentation?
Yeah, sure. We can have it that one also.
Okay.
It also depends on Professor Tang if
Right.
yeah, she can finish out a bit early on that day.
Okay. So keep in mind that after when we'll discuss this with Professor Tang, who will give you the introduction to the global citizenship awareness. If we can squeeze the time, we will start the presentation early
Right.
at the
Yes.
very end of Tuesday. So you will have the time though to enjoy seeing your student presentation after they finish with the zero call workshop. There's some activities that they will develop the AI applications, collecting data, develop model, and then utilize the robot to perform certain tasks using the information that they have learned. So I believe that you would love to see that as well.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Moran, Dr. Chris Satai. Any more questions from the participants? So yes, I think this regional workshop is a collaborative and supportive effort, and hopefully we might not see it as an assessment for all the teachers. Yeah, your sharing will help us to strengthen the regional STEM practices and also guide for future policies and also any kind of discussion during the senior meetings in the future. So thank you in advance for your valuable participation and also contributions to this teacher workshop. Again, if you have any difficulties or question that would like to ask us, you may contact us through our emails, or we have shared the contact person, me, myself, and also Miss Bass inside the speaker guideline and also other documents you have in the folder. Yeah. So we look forward to seeing you on the 17th and also on the 18th of June for the teachers workshop at ASEAN Youth Camp 2025. So I think you may now return to the main room if you would like to join the students with the what we call it, the parallel workshop that we have. But I think Dr. Chris Sacha, they can also allow to leave the session directly as well, right? Hello, Dr. Chris Sacha.
Yes.
Okay, so that means you have two options. One, to go back to the main room to join the other students, or maybe you can leave directly.
We will bring you back to the main
Okay.
rooms, and you
Thank you
you
very
feel free.
much, everyone. So we will see you again
I think before we
on
leave,
the 17th
before we leave,
during
I
the
think we
ASEAN
should
Youth Camp.
we better take group photo together.
Okay.
Excuse me, Dr. Hanisa. I think we've got some questions in the chat box. Can you see it?
You cannot access. Okay, maybe we can share the link, but then because it's gonna be, this is the main chat, right? Can we share the QR code again?
I think you can send the link in the chat box so they can access the link directly.
Okay, sure. I will also share there.
And another one from Brunei about the survey.
Okay, it might be because of the restriction in terms of what we call it, the one that can view the folder. So our research assistant is actually looking at this.
Okay. On the question from Brunei, she asks about for the first survey, can I confirm it was for us to fill in or for us to send it to MOE officer in charge of STEM education to fill in? It's
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, it's for all the teachers.
Yes. No need to send for the MOE because we already sent to the MOE already. So we want to see from your perception, to do triangulation of the data as well. And want to hear from the field.
Can you click on the link there? Whether you can go through all the documents that we shared with you. Is there any kind of issues in terms of viewing the folders? Okay, so I think now everyone can access to the documents.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much again to all of you. Yeah.
Did they have a group photo?
Oh yeah, maybe we can have another group photo just among the teachers.
Right. Can everyone turn on the camera?
Okay, maybe we can have the formal one first. Okay, in count of three. 3, 2, 1. All right. The second shot will be informal one. You can create any pose you want.
We
There
have
is no restriction.
a teacher from Japan just turn on the camera.
Okay, we can have another one. Okay, another one. This is informal. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll be sharing these recorded videos and all the photos inside our AYC folder for future reference. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you here in Thailand.
Thank you. Thank you very much.